Prince Harry's decision to release his tell-all memoir next year will hurt Her Majesty, one royal biographer has said. The Duke of Sussex announced his accurate and wholly truthful book back in July this year, claiming it would be intimate and heartfelt and reveal the highs and lows of his life. However, with the Queen recently having to pull out of key events, the release of the book could put pressure on an already strained relationship with the firm back home. Or maybe this news will be a major wake-up call for the Prince, according to royal expert Duncan Larcombe. Duncan commented that he wouldn't be surprised if there was another Oprah interview following from Harry and Meghan's debut in March. He suggested Harry's new memoir would need some publicity ahead of its release. Following the aftermath of their first interview, the Queen released a statement saying she was saddened by the accusations, with recent reports saying they're barely on speaking terms. Despite this, Harry and Meghan seem to hint at fondness with the Queen through the naming of their daughter in June, Lilibet, which is her nickname. Duncan says there's no doubt Harry will be anxious over the health of his grandmother. There have been concerns for the Queen after she recently spent the night in hospital, before pulling out of the COP26 summit and then the Remembrance Day service. The Queen and Harry have always had a special relationship. At royal events, we've seen them exchange smiles and knowing glances, says Duncan. Although they're obviously not as close as they were, given the drama Harry and Meghan have caused. No doubt Harry's memoir will criticize the royals again. And that will hurt the Queen. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex seem to have fully transitioned into the world of showbiz and celebrities since their move to California last year. Harry has also done an interview with James Corden, while Meghan launched a charity campaign with actress Melissa McCarthy, and the couple have signed multi-million-pound deals with Spotify, Netflix and Apple TV. Another news, Prince Charles' 2016 Oman tour was overshadowed by Prince Harry when he released a statement to the press in defense of Meghan Markle. Charles had been guaranteed the splash on the front pages of newspapers during his tour, but it was immediately bumped when Harry accused the British press of harassing Meghan following the discovery of their relationship. Royal expert Jonathan Sacerdoti claimed Charles was annoyed by the conflict. Speaking to US Weekly's Royal US podcast, Mr. Sacerdoti said, "Traditionally, the royal households coordinated, so if one of them was doing something like a royal tour, nobody else would announce something big that would knock them off the front page. But in that case there is interviews saying that despite promising Prince Charles a splash on the front page, the journalist found the story was bumped and he was annoyed by that because Harry has released this bombshell criticism of the media." It was also interesting as it gives an idea that maybe the royal households aren't always working in perfect synchronicity. Sometimes they are competing with each other, getting on each other's nerves or shadowing over each other's PR plans. It comes as a private investigator has apologized for targeting the phone of a former girlfriend of the Duke of Sussex and admitted he helped rob him of his teenage years. Gavin Burrows told the BBC there had been a ruthless culture in parts of the media in the early 2000s, when he said Chelsea Davies' phone had been under surveillance. He told a BBC documentary called The Princes and the Press there was a much greater interest in Harry than his brother, the Duke of Cambridge, when he began working for the now-defunct News of the World in 2000. Editors told him putting Harry on the front page sold more copies of newspapers than William. As explained to me by a couple of editors, Harry had basically become the new Diana, he said. The BBC says Mr. Burrows is a witness in legal cases against the News of the World and The Sun, but that his claims are yet to be tested in court and are strongly disputed. Harry brought legal proceedings against News Group newspapers, NGN, and Reach, formerly Mirror Group newspapers, in 2019. Just days after it was announced that the Duchess of Sussex was suing the Mail on Sunday after it published a letter she wrote to her father. Mr. Burrows told the BBC documentary, "There was a lot of voicemail hacking going on, there was a lot of surveillance work on her phones, on her comms. Chelsea would brag to her friends when she was going to see him." He said investigators were interested in her medical records, ex-boyfriends and details of her education. Mr. Burrows said he was very sorry and explained, "I was greedy, I was into my cocaine, and I was living in a fake state of grandeur." He added there was a ruthless culture in the media, saying, "They've got no morals, they absolutely have got no morals."